right, folks. And that's the back of a fatty right there, a winter fatty.
It's real nice talk.
Hey, let's
Real nice talk. Keep all the kettle black right
pounds. I'm 12 pounds over what I ever was
I'm
because
right
of this
around my
friggin'
normal.
shoulder.
I'm right around my normal.
Yeah, but you, man, what do you weigh? Seriously.
I was 269 on the scale.
Come on.
I showed you the picture.
That don't mean nothing. I should go. What are we going to talk about? And we're having a little seafood up here. Everybody commented on the, what did we have last week?
Oysters.
Huh?
Oysters.
Oh, the oysters. Yeah, you're right. I had to think about it. So we've been eating here a little bit.
We dug the steamers here, and we go clamming all the time, obviously. We'll start with that. And we spend a lot of time up the river in the wintertime and get our own clams. We hang them, we purge them, and he's going in. Of course he is. Anyways, what we want to talk about is releasing and dehooking and gaffing and netting fish tonight. You know, we see a lot of times, not only on our boat with people struggling on the deck and trying to get them off the hook, but other boats as well, with them hanging over the side, bleeding, fighting them with a knife and everything. It's very simple.
How many times do we see people in a race with a bluefish?
They don't really know what to do.
It's almost a comedy show, you know. And again, this is not for the guy that's got the regulator with the twin 250s on it or whatever. This is for the novice, okay? So, like I said, if you've got a yacht, you go tuna fish, shut this off. Forget it, because it's not for you. This is for the people that we're just trying to help them here a little bit.
Eric Carlson says hello.
Eric, how are you?
Eric, how are you, buddy?
Give Eric a shout out. Morgan, say hello to Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Wow.
We see a lot of people that come on our boats, in your own boats or buddies' boats, that might have a fish allergy or shellfish allergy. Now, we're using clams for bait, and sometimes they don't want to touch the fish or can't handle
You
them.
got a shellfish allergy?
I don't. And they can't handle them. And let's just say one of the mates aren't around. Well, that's where this thing comes into play. And I know we've probably talked about it before and showed you, but that's called a simple de-hooker. You know, the hook at the end.
Every boat, no matter how big, from a kayak to a sport fishing yacht, should have a handful of these on board the boat. Because you're going to drop a few overboard.
Yeah, and this eliminates you basically from having to handle the fish, whether you're releasing it, keeping it in your cooler, or anything for that matter.
It's just the most efficient way of getting a hook out of the fish.
It's very, very simple. Now, yes, you can put your thumb on a lot of fish's lower lips and dehook them, because the fish, they have a, what would you call it, slime or a...
It's a mucus. It's their protective coating. And we see people, like, they'll grab a towel and they grab the fish, and we try to tell them, when you grab that fish, you're really hurting the fish if you're going to release it, because you're taking some of that slime off them, and that's their protection against disease and everything else. So we try to tell people, if you're going to release it, you know, don't take that off. Just like a sea bass or something. Put your thumb in his mouth, undo it easily, let it go.
Stefan says hello.
Hi, Stefan. How are you?
Stefan, how you doing, buddy? I saw a couple of your comments on the boat. You're going to like it.
Then, if you can't get the hook out, or you're just afraid to, or you're not understanding the concept of thumb in the lower lip, or you're afraid to get a little sandpaper teeth marks on your thumb, that's where this comes into play. And we'll do a little demonstration. Obviously, I don't have a sea bass or a fish in my hand, but I got a diamond jig, okay? Now, let's just say, use for example, this bucket here. All right, everybody knows what this is. It's a bucket. Well, we're going to pretend it's a fish right now.
Well, it's a bucket, no question.
We're going to pretend it's a fish. And you just caught this bucket fish. All right? Now, you don't want to touch that fish. Your de-hooker, okay? Your main line, hook around the shank of the hook, hold down with your main line, up with the de-hooker.
Lost the bucket.
Look at that. Fish is gone. Whether you're releasing it over the side of the rail or you're putting it in your cooler, you're going to bring it home and keep it. Okay, that's very easy. One more time, I'll show you.
Watch, we'll have 75 people on the boat in July, and everyone will have a hooker.
That's okay. That is okay. Right around the shank of the hook, down with the mono, up with the hooker. Simple as that. There's your fish, he's gone. It's very, very simple, very easily. Bluefish at the top of the list. How many times, Morgan or Greg, have you seen our customers, they come on the boat and
write a book.
They try and get the hook out with their hands right on the deck. Now, I'm not for certain, but what we understand is bluefish have one of the best eyesights in the ocean. And I believe they're pretty pissed off while they're on the deck. We're going to hammer that clam. I can't stay away from this thing.
It's delicious.
Anyways, and people try and get the hook out with their fingers. Well, guess what?
That is true. I mean, I never asked one, never got an answer, but I think they're pissed when they come up on the deck.
Once your fingers are down there, believe me, they can see you, and they latch on you, and you got blood everywhere. So eliminate that. Get yourself a de-hooker. We as mates and captains carry them all the time, no matter what we're doing, for the most part. And if we're not around to help you, obviously we try to get to everybody to get them off the hook. But especially on your boat, or when you're fishing, even from shore, these come in handy. They sell them at every local tackle shop. You can
make them. You can make them out of anything.
A lot of us do. A lot of guys do.
Simple. But it's so easy. It's so much easier for you, and it's so much better for the fish. Whether, like CJ said, whether you're going to keep it or whether you're going to release it, it's the only way to do it. Now there are times. Don't get me wrong. When a bluefish has got it way down in his throat, it's a little bit more difficult. Some fish you can't use it on. A delicate mouth or whatever. But the majority of fish that we catch, that way there, you don't have to touch it. You don't even have to get near it. Grab the line, and you can de-hook them so quick. And another way of doing it, if you're going to keep the fish, let me have the bucket there.
Yeah.
If you see us with the big blue barrels on the boat, and when you get a fish on, and you're going to keep it like a bluefish or whatever, you can just flip. Now, imagine this is a big barrel, a big barrel, okay? But you flip the fish in, the fish goes in, and you just put the hook on the edge of the barrel. You never have to touch the fish until you go to bleed it.
Yeah.
But it's so easy. But we see.
And let me tell you this: even with the de-hooker, you can bleed them with the de-hooker. You stick it in the gill, you break the gill. You never even have to touch them if you don't want to. Then let us handle them at the end. It's a very great tool to have. Get a few of them because you will lose one over the side of the boat. We've lost several. Before you even get to that, this is another important thing, netting. We see people.
John Smith says hello.
Hi, John. How are you? We see a lot of boats, and
hey, John, saw your comment the other day. Thank you.
They call it chasing fish with the net. What does that mean? Well, when you get the fish to the side of the boat, they drop the whole thing in there, and they're swim. This net works. It's got a lot of what would you say? What's the word? It's terminology. It drags in the water. It keeps you. It's resistant.
Resistant.
So when you go to net your fish, keep a finger right here, okay, on the net. When you see him right at the waterline, drop that basket. Boom.
Which finger do you use?
Pointer finger. That's what I use.
Yeah. How many times do we see people with this in a race with a little bluefish or something, and they're chasing the thing around? They're chasing it around like
see the net.
This is not rocket science. This is very, very easy. They do see it. There's no question about it. But
one shot,
one kill. That's what we say. But if you hold it there and just go down in, and you wait, we watch the fish.
Don't drop it right till the
Don't try to just when you see the fish go at it. You watch the fish so that it's kind of coming towards you. Because if its tail is away from if the tail's towards you and you go down with this and he feels that net, he's going to scoot off and he's gone. But you watch him there circling around, and when his head is coming towards you, it's just one swift moment, man. And it's done. Almost got you in the knee.
Almost got me.
This is one of Morgan's favorite tools. Now we don't like to gaff a lot of fish because if you don't get them right in the head, it kind of ruins the meat a little. But this is one of our new gaffs on the boat this year. Custom made by Matt Chamberlain himself.
Matt Chamberlain. One of these times we're going to get him on here.
We are, but this is a new one, and we use these obviously from time to time. Bluefishing especially.
You want this last clam?
No, you have at it. Bluefishing especially, when they're big, well, you know as well as I do, Morgan, when those gators come up, you can't swing them. We like to swing everything, but it's not happening with those big fish.
Or like a big codfish, too.
Yeah, so you gaff down the water line, boom, you try and get them in the head every time, but we're only human. I've gaffed the side of a boat one time trying to get a 100-pound tuna.
Not me, I get him in the head.
Yeah, that's as he's eating the last clam. And this is going to be a fun little joke on the boat this year. This is what they call a tail rope. And now you can
That's what we needed when we were tuna fishing.
You can put this around Morgan's head if you want and kind of hang it around him, but we're going to tail rope some fish and tag a few, especially some bigger fish. You get them up there, you hold them down, you can hold the line, you stick them with the tag.
Should we tell them about what we did with the tuna fish?
Well, we struggled with tagging. We did tag them.
We went tuna fishing last year, just one time with the crew and a couple of friends, and we wanted to tag a few fish. We tag a lot of fish. In fact, we just got another sea bass back the other day. It was tagged on the southwest corner of Cox's, and it was caught south of Montauk in the butterfish hole. So, but we wanted to tag 2 tuna fish worth some money. And trying to get a 100-pound tuna, we didn't have.
We needed this, and we're going to be doing.
We didn't have it, but we're trying to get a big tuna in a net, and it was kind of like the people in the race.
Yeah, we
trying to do it on a blue. We got him.
Yeah, we did.
We got him, but man, it was a struggle. I'll tell you. We got him in, we tagged him, and let him go. It was a bluefin, 100 pounds.
Yeah,
and
that was some good fish.
just we didn't have the right
we
equipment for that tagging. But this is the tagging gun we use.
Again, I'll demonstrate one more time in case we got some viewers that came in a little late. The de-hooking a fish. Like I said, you never have to touch a fish, whether you're keeping it, releasing it, whatever it may be. Pretend this bucket right here is your fish. With a de-hooker, all you do, de-hook around the shank, line down, de-hooker up, fish is gone. Okay, for any viewers that came in a little late, you don't even never need to touch the fish. And get yourself some of these, like we said.
Send us some comments on what you'd like us to talk about. I know we're getting towards the end here because the boat's getting ready to come out of Director's Shipyard, and we'll be ready to go here in no time. But give us some topics you'd like to. Last couple of weeks, the last 2 weeks, whatever. Send us some comments of what you'd like us to talk about, and we'll try to do that to the best of our ability. You know.
We hope you enjoy these. I mean, to the fullest extent, but
I've enjoyed these. They're very good.
Now you get some steamers to eat.
I
didn't dig those for no reason.
I know. I didn't want to act like a pig in front of the people. But I will in a minute. And I know you will too.
I will.
Roman says hello.
Hi, Roman. How are you?
Hi, Roman.
And Steve Colt.
Steve, how are you?
Steve, how are you? You got my turkeys yet?
Are you getting turkeys?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I want one.
Just one?
One tom.
All right.
Yeah. I got chickens, but
Yeah.
I like
We
to hear
will.
about
We will be down at Director's Shipyard tomorrow to do some, pretty much some finishing touches.
We
really.
leave here at 4:30 a.m. to try to beat the traffic.
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that traffic down there, man. You almost got to go down there with a gun. Start popping tires. Holy Christ.
But we'll be down there tomorrow, put out some finishing touches on the boat. And like we said last video, it's coming along really nice. And we look forward to getting it back.
Did you go to Five Guys today?
I didn't know. Why? Did I miss something?
Yeah, you missed something. It was on the news.
Oh.
I went last night.
What's that?
I went last night.
You went not last night?
Yeah.
There was a big thing on the news about the Fox, not Fox, on Five Guys about the price. But everything's gone up. I mean, everyone's complaining and everything, you know. But the price of everything. I mean, let me tell you, it's getting tough. Getting tough.
You don't say.
I don't say. Anyhow, okay, that's it.
All right, from Captain Greg's living room, Talkin Tackle.
CJ Adams.
Captain Greg DeBrule.
We'll see you, folks. Okay, take care.